What about the budget constraints that are going on with the county? Because it seems like we're kind of talking about earlier is that, you got criminals coming in and out, but we only have so much budget to go around here. So, Sheriff Sniff kind of leans back on, I don't have enough money, but it's like, well, how do we get more money, or how can we do things more effective and streamlined?
Right. We've listened for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I need more money. And the board's saying, I don't have more money. I don't have any more. You don't get any more. We don't have it. Do with what you got. And nothing's ever changed. So really, I'm not going to do the same thing over and over again. I'm not going to go in there. My first day in office, I'm not going to say, okay, give me more money so I can hire people. It isn't going to work. I'm going to find a way to make a difference. I know that just in our corrections, having deputies work the jails rather than our correctional deputies, we have two different classifications of deputies. We have jail deputies, which are correctional deputies, and we have sworn deputy sheriffs, which are patrol deputies. And currently we have patrol deputies working inside the jail. Makes absolutely no economic sense whatsoever. So my version of corrections and the sheriff's version of corrections is a $7 to $10 million difference per year where I could save that money. Everyone in our department knows it.
That's a big difference.
It's a huge difference. So what could I do with that $10 million? I could do a lot with $10 million. If the Board of Supervisors, which they are for public safety, if I can save $10 million, they're probably not going to want it back. They're going to let me spend it somewhere else. I'll hire $10 million worth of more employees, more deputies to bolster our patrol situation, to bolster the county areas where we're claiming now that everyone knows there's no deputies out working in the county areas. So why wouldn't we be doing something to save money to be able to hire those without asking for more? We're just being more efficient in our own department. And everyone in our department knows that that's the case. But the current sheriff 10 years ago said, no, I'm not doing that. So if he says he's going to do it now, then he's going to have to admit that he could have done it 10 years ago. And that's $100 million now.
Wow.
So he's wasted $100 million just because he has an ego problem that he doesn't want to admit that maybe somebody else knew different, or maybe that was a good idea, and just because I didn't like it, that may not have been the right decision. So we know we can make a difference within our own budgets, within our own department, that can save money to where we can reallocate that to things that we need. So I don't believe we necessarily have to get more money. If you look at the budget from the county and the available money that they have, public safety takes up between 70 and 80% of it. I don't believe we need to just keep increasing that percentage. The money keeps, it's going up. I mean, sooner or later, we just have to say, okay,
let's spend it better.
Right. I mean, we're in 2018 now. I think we can be more efficient. We can make government more efficient.
Yeah, because it seems like from the common person looking into the government and politics, stuff like that, there's always wasted money. There's always a lot of fat on the bone kind of thing.
I can tell you there's lots of wasted money. The current sheriff is going to tell everybody that I have no experience. Blah blah blah. He's got to come up with something. Lieutenants in our department run our budgets, so I have 12 years of experience doing a budget. I've been a lieutenant now for 12 years. If you go off of numbers, I have more budget experience than he does. His budget right now is he goes out and he's an absentee sheriff. He doesn't work in our department. He has complete control over it verbally, and he's got his hands in everything, but he's never at work. He's always out in public. He's always at meetings. He's always at school boards. He's always
shaking hands, kissing babies.
That's absolutely right. So he's not involved in the budget. His involvement of the budget is the lieutenants in our department make a budget for each individual station. It all goes downtown to the accountants. The accountants put them all into one program, one big budget. They make a PowerPoint, give it to the sheriff, and then the sheriff goes and gives that to the Board of Supervisors. So his experience is a PowerPoint machine. I can tell you that I've physically been involved in every year's budget for the last 12. And I know we don't save money. It's embarrassing that we don't save money. We have no intention of saving money. And our goal at the end of every budget cycle is to spend every single bit of money that we have so we can ask for it again next year. If you don't spend it, that means you don't need it and you're not going to get it next year.
Interesting.
That's how government works. I don't believe that should work like that.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. And I don't believe that the taxpayers believe it should work like that. And that's not how I will run our department. If we can save money, we should be saving money. We don't buy all new computers just because it's the end of the year and we have money left. We buy stuff when we need it, when it breaks, just like any other person does. I mean, your home computer, you don't buy a new computer every year just because you got money in your budget.
Right.
It makes no sense. Your computer was perfectly good last year. So we need a mentality change in our department that starts at the top and filters down to everybody else. And that's what I have to offer budget-wise for this department. And it's more of an open, transparent relationship with the Board of Supervisors, because currently the sheriff just tells him what he wants, and they have to guess if he really needs it. And it'll be completely all in the open, and it really will be on them. The Board of Supervisors will know exactly how much it costs to run the department today. They're going to know what I want to make it better or what I think we need, and they're going to have to come up with the final amount, whether it's somewhere in between or whether it's lower. And if it's lower, they're going to have to own it, and they're going to have to say, yeah, we chose to do that. But right now, they don't believe the sheriff because he's not transparent. He's not honest. Yep. He's not open about his budget.
He has that reputation about that.
That's right. Not only with the Board of Supervisors, but all of our contract cities. You've got all of our contract cities wanting to do away with the sheriff's department. No other county is doing that because they trust their sheriff. They believe their sheriff when they're transparent and the sheriffs tell them things and show them things. You have that trust. Ours doesn't do that. So now we have a broken relationship with all of the Board of Supervisors, with our contract cities that don't believe they're getting the best service possible, so they want to somehow form their own police department. That doesn't happen anywhere else. It's almost embarrassing in law enforcement.
So the system's broken.
Very much so.
And you're the man to fix it.
I am.
So
because
let's say,
want to.
Because you want to. And